figure it out. So, this is a day and age where we've always known that words matter, but there's been real consequences that we have realized that have happened to incredible people like Charlie that we'll have to live with forever. And I hope we all learn from that. I hope we all learn that it's time to start listening to each other, having civil discourse, and stop ridiculous, irresponsible posts like Governor Newsom put out there.
And again, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem responding to a tweet from the governor's press office saying Kristi Noem is going to have a bad day today. You're welcome, America. I'm struggling a little bit with her interpretation, if only because I think that it should be obvious, it should be the case that the official press office of a state governor is not going to post a threat of harm to anybody, much less a high-profile, well-platformed, extremely respected federal official. On the other hand, I think that Kristi Noem's taken a lot of grief in her role. It's not just South Park that's called her Ice Barbie. It's not just the late-night talk show hosts that have been critical about the way the Department of Homeland Security has fulfilled its mandate in the time that she has held that position. I'm not sure that criticism is the same thing as an active antagonistic threat, but there's more than a few people who are responding to Gavin Newsom right now, viewing his activity as threatening. He just signed a law that bans most law enforcement officers from wearing masks during operations. And while there are carve-outs in that, most notably for the state police, also known as the California Highway Patrol, we did see immediate pushback when the acting U.S. Attorney Bill Esley responded on Twitter saying the state of California has no jurisdiction over the federal government. If Newsom wants to regulate our agents, he must go through Congress. I've directed our federal agencies that the law signed today has no effect on our operations. Our agents will continue to protect their identities. When can we expect California to pass a law banning Antifa members from wearing masks while committing state and federal crimes? I'll wait. Governor Newsom signing this law may or may not be enforceable. Look, if you're an ICE agent and you are on the clock, you are on duty, you are in uniform, you are driving a Immigration and Customs Enforcement branded vehicle, in other words, there is no mistaking that you are out and operating in your official capacity, whether you're in the state of California, the state of Texas, the state of Maine, or anywhere in between. Fully decked out, in uniform, driving a department vehicle. You're still going to stop at stoplights, right? I mean, barring a hot pursuit, you're going to follow the traffic laws, right? I mean, at least as much as anybody ever does in California. You're not going to spit on the sidewalk. You're not going to walk around punching old ladies. You're not going to go into a grocery store and shoplift your lunch items, right? I mean, we all acknowledge that federal law enforcement, even on duty on the clock, is following the laws of the respective communities in which they operate. And in fact, they're following the law as they go out and they conduct these enforcement operations. But the question here is not, can Governor Newsom sign this law? He has signed this law. The question is, can Governor Newsom enforce this law? Because I think that you've got a couple of possibilities. One is that federal agents go, this isn't worth the headache. I'm not that scared about my safety. I'm going to do my job, show my face, and avoid the paperwork. And there will be guys that take that attitude. And there will be guys that say, no, the U.S. Attorney says I'm going to have to listen to Governor Knucklehead. I'm not going to. And they're going to continue to wear face gear to continue to construct. Are we going to see Los Angeles region? There's going to be police chiefs and there's going to be sheriffs who say, yes, absolutely, this is the law of the land and we'll enforce it. Just as likely, I think you're going to see, more likely, I think you're going to see police chiefs and county sheriffs saying, well, I don't have the resources to go chase around federal officers that are doing their job to write them tickets for violating a law that right now the federal government says they're not subjected to. And they're not going to waste their resources and their subordinates' time going out and chasing around agents to write tickets or attempt to arrest them because of the violation of this thing signed by Gavin Newsom. I think that Kristi Noem's overreacting, treating it like it's some kind of legitimate threat. I think that that's a little bit of drama for the TV cameras. I think that the acting U.S. attorney putting his hand up and saying our guys aren't going to follow this just provided 100% of the cover that these officers and agents are going to need to continue to protect their identities. I think that the bigger question is, when did it get into Gavin Newsom's head? How did it get into Gavin Newsom's head that it was in the service of the best interest of the American people to pick a fight like this at a moment like this?
Here in Fresno, we have reports of a brush fire on the side of the roadway, southbound 41 at the State Route 99 connector. Just north of Fresno, we have a two-vehicle accident. Northbound 99 at the Avenue 9 exit. And in Goshen, we have a solo vehicle rollover accident at the Shirk Road on-ramp to eastbound 198. I'm Michael Reed, KMJ Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Welcome to the table.
We're taking off like a hot air balloon with cash and prizes at Table Mountain Casino Resort. All it takes is using your Valley Sky Club card.
Welcome to the table. Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Tuesdays, double your free play, playing your favorite games. Make the kitchen a winner with a piece from the Brookstone appliance set. Just earn 900 points Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Please show your support for Valley seniors, their caregivers, and the Valley Caregiver Resource Center by joining us on October 17th at our 29th annual Celebration of Care Gala at the Clovis Veterans Memorial. This year's Tropical Soiree will offer fun, food, auction items, and the opportunity to show your support for Valley seniors and the invaluable community resource that is Valley Caregivers. For tickets and sponsorship information, call Megan at 559-224-9154.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects. Ooh, how does it work? It works naturally with the water in your
that explains
body's
that delay.
conservation route.